Have you ever looked at your bank account and thought, where did all my money go? You're not alone. Most of us don't just spend money, we react to money. Today, we're diving deep into the psychology of spending, why we make impulsive financial choices, how businesses manipulate our decisions, and most importantly, how to regain control.
Yeah, John, I think everyone can relate to that. I mean, I've bought things I didn't even need just because they were on sale. It's like money slips through our fingers before we even realize what's happening.
Exactly. And it's not just about willpower. The way we spend is shaped by deep psychological triggers, things like social pressure, emotions, and even how our brain perceives numbers. Once you understand these triggers, you can start making smarter choices. So, if you've ever wondered why saving is hard and spending is easy, this episode is for you. Let's get into it. Here's something crazy. Did you know that stores intentionally set up their layouts to make you spend more? It's not an accident that the essentials, like milk and eggs, are in the back of the store. They want you to walk past everything else and pick up a few extra items along the way.
Yeah, and I heard that's why checkout lanes are packed with snacks and small impulse buys. By the time you get there, you're already in spending mode.
Exactly. But it's not just physical stores, digital platforms do this too. Ever noticed how when you buy something online, they suggest people who bought this also bought? That's strategic. They're playing on something called the decoy effect. They show you an overpriced option to make the mid-range option seem like a deal. And boom, you spend more.
So what's the takeaway here? How do we outsmart these tricks?
First, awareness. Once you see these tactics, you stop falling for them. Second, use a 24-hour rule. If you see something you want but don't need, wait a day before buying. More often than not, you'll realize you don't actually want it anymore.
I'll be honest, sometimes I know I shouldn't spend money, but I do it anyway, especially when I'm stressed. What's up with that?
That's emotional spending, and it's incredibly common. Shopping triggers a dopamine release, the same chemical that makes us feel good when we eat chocolate or get a social media like. So, when we're stressed, bored, or even celebrating, we reach for spending like it's a coping mechanism.
That's wild. So, how do we break that habit?
First, track your triggers. Notice when you feel the urge to spend. Are you stressed? Bored? Feeling left out? Once you recognize the pattern, you can replace the habit with something healthier. Instead of impulse buying, try going for a walk, journaling, or even just delaying the purchase for 24 hours.
So, it's about rewiring the habit loop?
Exactly. Small changes can lead to huge results. And speaking of small changes, let's talk about how we think about money. Here's something that might shock you: the way you think about money directly impacts your financial future. Wealthy people don't just have money, they have a completely different mindset about it.
How so?
For starters, the wealthy see money as a tool, not just something to spend. They prioritize investing over consumption. Instead of asking, can I afford this? They ask, how can I make my money work for me?
That makes sense. So, how does the average person start shifting their mindset?
One of the biggest steps is changing your relationship with delayed gratification. If you can delay unnecessary purchases now, you can invest in things that pay off later, whether it's stocks, a business, or real estate. The sooner you shift your focus from spending to growing, the better off you'll be.
Okay, John, let's get tactical. If someone's listening and thinking, all right, I want to change my spending habits, where do they start?
Great question. Here's a simple, step-by-step game plan. Step 1. Track your expenses. Use an app or a simple notebook to see where your money is going. Most people are shocked when they do this. Step 2. Create spending categories. Break your expenses into needs, wants, and investments. Step 3. Automate savings. Set up an automatic transfer to savings before you even see your paycheck. Step 4. Set spending rules. For example, no shopping after 8 p.m. or wait 24 hours before any unplanned purchase. Step 5. Find free alternatives. Instead of spending money on entertainment, find free ways to enjoy life, community events, nature, or skill building.
Wow, that's a powerful framework. I feel like most people just need awareness and a solid plan.
Exactly. And listen, if you've been struggling with overspending, don't beat yourself up. It's not about perfection, it's about progress.
Yeah, and I'm sure our listeners have stories to share. So, here's the challenge. Drop a comment below. What's the biggest impulse buy you've ever made? Was it worth it? Let's talk about it.
And if you found this episode helpful, make sure to subscribe. We've got more in-depth conversations coming up, how to budget with a side hustle, smart investing strategies, and the biggest money myths that are holding you back.
That sounds exciting. All right, folks, take control of your money, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Stay smart, stay strategic, and as always, make your money work for you.